This is Drew Ashwell with the Joplin Police Department in Joplin, Missouri, and you're listening to Hey Chaplain.
Welcome to the Daily ICPC. My name is Jared Altic, and I'm a chaplain with the police department. This is a limited podcast series from Hey Chaplain, which follows police chaplains Jared Altic and Jeremy Hockett to Spokane, Washington to attend the annual training seminar of the ICPC, the International Conference of Police Chaplains. This series will provide a daily behind-the-scenes look at the convention, and this is our Day 3 episode. Jeremy, how are you today?
Well, Jared, today was a little different for us. We just came out of the memorial service that we do every year. So I'd say our mood's a little more somber today than what it has been the rest of the week.
It very much feels like walking out of a funeral.
It really does. They do a good job presenting our fallen officers, canines, and chaplains in this service. And every year it's very somber.
Yeah. So I had two officers where I was involved in their funerals. And specifically, that's Deputy Elijah Ming and Officer Hunter Samancic. Elijah worked for the sheriff's office, and Hunter worked for our police department.
Right.
And that's hard because I worked both funerals. I specifically was the MC for Hunter's funeral. Right. And we were talking as we were getting the microphone set up that this made me think more of Elijah's funeral because I was a mourner and an attendee during the actual ceremony. I didn't have any responsibilities during the ceremony.
Yeah.
And I was able to grieve and feel the compassion for the family and everything else. Where I was working Hunters, I was busy. I was there at 5 a.m. I was in meetings. I was coordinating things. This was a big, both funerals were big funerals in the professional, Major League Soccer stadium. And so Hunters, I don't think I grieved during the ceremony because I was working.
Yeah. You because of your ministry to the family and your agency, you did what good chaplains do, and you set your time of grief aside.
Yeah.
You went to work. You did what needed to be done, and Jared, knowing you the way I do, I'm sure it was a first-class job. And then you had your time to stop and think.
Well, I felt it today because they put Hunter's picture up on the screen.
Yeah. And so let's not forget, we had a total of 4 from the state of Kansas that were represented. So we had Under Sheriff Brandon Gady, who served with the Phillips County Sheriff's Office, and also Sergeant Scott Hyman with the Hayes Police Department. So total of 4 from Kansas that we had the honor of standing and honoring during the ceremony today.
Yeah.
So
our area representative grabbed extra programs, and we're going to take those back to all 4 families.
Nice.
And so give that to them.
Nice. Yeah.
And it's hard, but it is good that we remember and take the time to mourn. And it's just, like I said, it just hit me in a funny way, especially for Hunter, because I worked with him. I saw him at the patrol stations. I taught him at the academy.
Right.
And so it's just hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Jared, before we got to the memorial service, we did start the day with classes, as most of our days, start with classes here at the annual training conference. So my first class today was about conflict resolution. And I actually was the monitor for this class.
Oh, you were?
Yes. So I had the privilege of introducing our speaker for this class. I had met this lady back in Pittsburgh a couple of years ago, and her husband, this is George and Christine Beach, they have a very unique setup where they're out there in Minnesota. They kind of have a not necessarily a single agency chaplain ministry, but they minister to multiple agencies through their agency that they have there. So yeah, it was interesting to run into them again and to be able to introduce her as the speaker for this class. And of course, I had to make the joke. She was a subject matter expert because her husband was there taking the class as she was presenting it, and they were still married and all that good stuff.
So it is pretty cool that you already knew the instructor.
Yeah.
And so that's not guaranteed to happen. I think a lot of the moderators kind of get a random selection.
Yeah, you don't really get to choose. You before the conference, they put it out there that they want people to help. You submit and say, yep, I'm willing to help. And they just kind of look through and see what classes you're taking. And when you get here, you figure out which ones you're going to be helping with. So
I didn't moderate any classes today.
Okay.
But the classes I took, two of the best ones I had were both taught by Jewish rabbis. And so Rabbi Klein taught a class, very serious class on anti-Semitism.
Okay.
And it was fascinating.
I'm sure it was.
It's sobering. It's sad.
Yeah.
Just the hatred that people have in the world, directed at the Jewish people, and really directed at anybody. It's just ugly to see that kind of hatred. But it was extremely informative. And then I had a very funny class on far other extreme, taught by a Jewish chaplain from Denver. And he was talking about, critical incidents on ride-alongs where the chaplain is present, already there when something
just goes down.
Develops, right?
Yeah, because you don't get to choose that.
he was arm's length away from a shooting.
Wow.
And so we're talking about pretty serious things, but he was so witty and so funny.
Yeah.
And really made it extremely, we laughed through half the class. People had to be like on the outside listening. It's like, aren't they talking about critical incidents?
Right.
And we're all laughing. The whole room was packed, and we really had a good time. It was a very, very well taught class.
Well, good.
It's fantastic. So moving backwards to last night, when we got done recording, we went to our regional meeting.
Yeah.
And we did confirm that Louisiana is part of our region.
Yes,
So
we did finally confirm that. No more guesswork there.
extremely satisfying to know exactly which states were in our group. But it was good. It was good to meet some people that are from other states and kind of work out what we might be doing together in the future.
Yeah.
So
Looking forward to possibly having a regional meeting in our region sometime first part of next year. So kind of starting the planning phases of that.
Yeah. So basically the same as the annual training seminar, but on a smaller scale just for our 6 states.
Right.
And they're usually a day or two shorter depending on the schedule. So
yeah, I think they usually run about 3 days. And kind of the focus is to get new chaplains into the organization from that local area. They don't have to travel so far, and because we can condense things down. We can give them those 10 basics. We can do it all in 2 or 3 days, and just kind of get them up and running, and they don't have to go so far from home. So.
Now, one of the best things was as we were walking from point A to point B, somebody recognized Jeremy by his voice.
Yeah.
And so
first time that has ever happened to me.
You have officially made it, right? I was greeting a friend, and Jeremy spoke, and he's like, "You're the co-host.
You're the other guy on Hey Chaplain this week." Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And then you also said you got people listening at home.
Yes,
right?
my sweet daughter-in-law texted me this morning a picture of my grandchildren, Paige and Ryan and Callie. And she said the children are enjoying hearing their papa on the podcast every morning after you release it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
That's fantastic. So that was awesome. And then after our regional meeting, we went out to eat, and we went to Chili's.
We went to Chili's.
And it turns out that Jeremy has been going to Chili's every day this week, I'm pretty sure. Is every day? Is it have you hit
No,
every day?
that was my first trip. I had wanted to go to Chili's.
Oh, okay.
We just hadn't made it yet.
Well, we went in and we asked for your usual table.
Yeah.
And whatever. Yes. And they knew you. But no, I'm kidding. We had a good time, though. We was 4 of us that went out.
Yeah, it was a great time.
And that was nice.
And the food was good, too. But, just the camaraderie and the time we could spend together visiting was very good for us.
So we went out together last night. But tonight, here in just a little bit, I have my cousins that are going to come pick me up and take me out to eat in Spokane somewhere.
Ethiopia, right?
No, I hope not. I hope not. They were threatening. They were threatening to take me to some weird place that I wouldn't be able to recognize anything on the menu. But instead, I think that we're just going to a local place to get a hamburger.
Nice.
But yeah,
Always good to catch up with family.
Yeah, my cousin and her husband live in the Spokane area.
Okay.
And so we're really excited to get together, and I don't get to see them very often.
Yeah.
And so that'll be really fun.
Great.
So tomorrow we've got more classes.
Tomorrow
It's kind
is the long day. Yeah. Up till now, we've had other things to do in the afternoon. We've had other meetings and sessions and things, but tomorrow it is just class. So yeah, tomorrow's the long day.
all morning, all afternoon.
All morning, all
and then
afternoon.
the banquet in the evening.
Yes.
And so that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah, the
everybody gets
banquet's always a
dressed
good
up.
time.
Yeah, it'll be good, but it's the last full day of the
Yeah,
conference.
because Friday you get a couple of classes, you have that ending ceremony, and then it's the mad dash to get wherever it is you got to get to so you
Yeah.
can get home, which
Yeah.
for us is the airport.
Yeah,
So,
well, and I've talked to several people that they're going to have to leave, first thing Friday morning.
I've heard
And-
that.
And there's others that aren't leaving till later in the weekend.
Right.
But yeah, there's going to be a lot of busyness. Friday morning, I am packing and I'll have all my stuff ready to go. And as soon as that closing ceremony ends, I'm turning on my heels and
we're in the car and out the door.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Out
So-
the door and in the car would be a better order to put that, I guess.
Yes. Well, we're looking forward to the rest of this conference, and we wish everybody listening could be here.
Oh,
with us.
absolutely. And we were talking about this earlier, so many faces and names that we've come up with through the week. We're so-and-so, and, wish they were here. And for those ICPC members that are listening to this week that could not make it, we do miss you. And we sure hope to catch up with you next year.
Absolutely. Well, from Spokane, Washington, this is Jared Altic with Jeremy Hockett, and this was the Daily ICPC from Hey Chaplain. And as always, let's pray for peace in our cities
And our counties.